Click the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to never miss another update.
Assalamu alaikum, dear children. Today I'm going to tell you the amazing story of Nusaybah. Nusaybah was a remarkable woman who saved the life of Prophet Muhammad. She was very brave and took part in many battles to keep the Prophet safe. In the Battle of Uhud, she began by giving water to the soldiers and helping the wounded. Her husband, Ziyad, and her two sons, Abdullah and Habib, fought alongside the Prophet. At first, the Muslims were winning, but because some were careless and greedy, they lost their advantage and many Muslims ran away. When Nusaybah saw this, she left her water container, grabbed a sword, and shielded the Prophet. Her son was also about to run away, but Nusaybah shouted, "Where are you going? Are you going to leave the Prophet of God?" This made her son return. An angry enemy shouted, "Where is Muhammad? I won't leave him alive!" He quickly found the Prophet and attacked. Nusaybah bravely stepped in front of the Prophet to protect him, and the enemy wounded her shoulder with a sword. This left her with a scar, but she didn't let anyone harm the Prophet. When the Prophet saw how bravely she fought, he said to her son, "Son, help your mother and God will reward you." Nusaybah eventually defeated the enemy and then asked the Prophet to pray for them to be together in paradise. The Prophet raised his wounded hands and prayed for them to be in paradise. Nusaybah smiled and told her son, "Now I'm ready to face any challenge." While Muslims were still running from the battle, the enemy tried to kill the Prophet again. One Muslim was fleeing with a shield on his back when Nusaybah called out, "If you don't want to fight, at least give your shield to someone who is fighting." He dropped his shield and ran away, allowing Nusaybah to pick it up and keep fighting. When an enemy came to attack the Prophet, Nusaybah used her shield to protect him and fought alongside his son, Abdullah, who was wounded. Nusaybah encouraged her son to stay brave and keep fighting. Nusaybah and her family didn't stop defending until the battle was over. Even though she had 12 wounds from swords and spears on her body, she didn't think about her own injuries. She only cared about the Prophet. As the Muslims went back to their cities, some felt ashamed for running away. But Nusaybah, even though she was a woman, continued to protect the Prophet. A few days later, another battle started, and Nusaybah, with her wounds not fully healed, still went to fight. In this battle, her hand was cut off, but she was happy because the Prophet's prayers meant everything to her. In the end, Nusaybah's unwavering dedication and courage made her a true inspiration for generations to come.